In this week's Torah portion, we meet a new hero, a leader of the Jewish people, a man named Pinchas or Phineas. Phineas becomes one of the leaders that the Jewish people have as they transition from the desert to living in Israel. According to some commentators in the Medrash, Phineas actually becomes Elijah. He's one of the leaders that make the Jewish people who they are. And this week's Torah portion is his origins. He was relatively unknown. What was happening at the time was a plague had broken out in the Jewish people where thousands of people were dying. Remember, they were living at a higher spiritual time. They lived at a time where just sinning led to plagues. And the plague was being created by a certain sin that was prevalent in the camp. The leader of a tribe took a woman from the neighboring country Midian and in front of everybody attempted to sin with her, which would most definitely have created a larger amount of rebellion against God and more ultimate tragedy. And for some reason, Moses was frozen. The great Moses was frozen. Phineas understood the rules. Phineas understood that he could have attacked him. And when he stood before Moses, Moses says, if you see it, then go do it. He went out, he dealt with the issue, ended the plague, and became a hero. The story is amazing because this is a story that exists in every single generation. There's always the balance between waiting for somebody else to step up and thinking that because you have an idea, then everyone above you is clearly wrong. You almost see this with people in communities. There's a group of people that say, well, something has to get done, but I'm sure those people will do it. There's a group of people that say, those people don't know what they're talking about. It's in my head. It must be right, and I'll do it my way. But really where the leader exists is in the story of Phineas. The story of a person who wasn't given any specific leadership role. He saw an issue, it was hurting people. He knew what to do. He wasn't prepared, he wasn't trained, he wasn't anointed, he wasn't appointed. He just saw a problem. But he also had respect for those people that were in charge. And the balance between respecting the past and fighting for the future, between respecting a system but innovating anyways, is the hardest balance in the world. But that's the challenge that me and you face. The Lubavitch Rebbe once said, if you see a problem in the world, maybe it was shown to you because you're the one that's supposed to fix it. Each of us have a little bit of Pinchas, of Phineas inside us. A new way to do something, a new approach, a sensitivity that nobody knows of. Something that we went through that people don't fully appreciate. And if we have it, it is incumbent upon us to change it. But it's also incumbent upon us to change it with people. Change it with the wisdom of others, with patience and persistence and perseverance. If we can balance that desire to make a difference, to never give up, to never assume that it's somebody else that'll do it, but to also realize that we have so much to learn, that each and every one of us can step up into our role to make our difference and play our position for the betterment of the larger people.